Welcome back to Chockatable Media. The video you've just watched is not Nepal in Kathmandu, not Qatar in Doha nor Bahrain. Listeners, this France in Paris, so let me intimate you further about this happening in France at the moment. A large-scale protest movement known as Bloquons Tout, Block Everything, recently took place in France, causing widespread disruption and clashes with authorities. Here is a summary of the events based on the video and available reports. Background. The protests were a response to a series of government actions and broader public discontent. The Block Everything movement, which gained traction on social media, has a broad array of grievances, including proposed budget cuts and a general sense of frustration over economic inequality and political instability. The demonstrations were scheduled to coincide with the appointment of a new Prime Minister, Sébastien Lecornu, following the ouster of his predecessor, François Bayrou, in a confidence vote. The movement's tactics, which include blockades and civil disobedience, have been compared to the Yellow Vest movement that took place during President Emmanuel Macron's first term. Events of the protest. A day of nationwide action saw protesters blockading roads, railways, and public buildings. Reports indicate that more than 175,000 protesters took to the streets across the country, with demonstrations in major cities like Paris, Marseille, and Lyon. In Paris, protesters built barricades out of trash cans and clashed with police. The video shows a large crowd of protesters, some wearing masks, facing off with riot police in full gear. Police are seen using their shields and batons to push back the crowd. The protests, while not fully achieving their goal of blocking everything, caused significant disruption. A bus was set on fire in Rennes, and severed electrical cables in the southwest halted train service. In response, the French government deployed a massive security presence, with approximately 80,000 police officers mobilized nationwide. The Interior Ministry reported over 450 arrests and dozens of injured officers. Key issues and demands. The protest movement is fueled by a general sense of anger at the government's perceived disregard for public opinion. Protesters are specifically opposing proposed public spending cuts and austerity measures. The appointment of a new Prime Minister, the fourth in 12 months, has further fueled the sense of political instability and added to the protesters' grievances. Let's watch.
For more on the action of those protests in Paris, we can cross live to our reporter James André. James, you're at Place de la République. What's going on where you are?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I'm Place de la République, and as you can see behind me, there are several hundred people who have gathered here for this Bloquons Tout protest. And, well, as you can see...
French authorities are calling it a horizontal movement, or one without a leader. And officials say that means September 10th's Bloquons Tout, or Let's Block Everything call, is all the harder to anticipate. France's Interior Minister says they're deploying 80,000 police officers and gendarmes and won't tolerate any violence or illegal blockades. With online rallying cries to impede access to roads,
Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing so you won't miss out any of our latest video.